also paid.
Okay.
I don't actually
upstairs?
think Misery cares, so she won't.
Okay. Is Rona going up?
I would like to.
Okay.
It costs 2 silver.
Up there you see Victor. You know, he's just reading. He's doing library stuff. He waves at you. You make some small talk. And you find the book.
Oh, fine. I was gonna be like, oh, hey Victor, I don't suppose you remember some important book that we read a long time ago. But if we just find it, then I don't say that.
I mean,
Although-
Katrina vaguely knew what they were looking for.
Yeah, you see
Familiar,
the spine.
familiar enough to pick it out of the stack.
Yeah. Victor rolls his eyes as he sees the book that you're like, this is the book, and he's like, oh, that one. He just goes back to reading his own thing. It is the book on the lineages of noble families in Vallaki.
Oh my god, this is gonna be boring as hell. Fine.
I had a feel. I didn't remember specifically what it was, but I remember we read a book about the history of Vallaki or noble families or something. I don't.
Yeah, it's that book. And as you're reading, and it's boring. I need you to give me an int save with advantage.
Are we all reading it together?
Yeah.
Cool.
Int save with advantage. Would have been disappointed if I had failed that.
I just got a +1 to it, so maybe I'll do good. Do you say with advantage?
Yeah. And then Misery isn't here, I guess.
Yeah.
Correct.
Misery's stupid anyway.
Just for that, Misery comes up and rolls. I kind of want to let Misery roll, not with advantage because she's not here, but just for the hell of it.
Sure.
If you roll a 20, I'm gonna laugh. No, you do not figure it out, Misery. You're not. You don't have an epic moment. You're just looking at a potion.
Mm-hmm.
You're just looking at the ingredients list. Weird chemical names. And the food coloring. Health potion's got red 6 in it.
Like 6.
Yeah. So Katrina, you're the primary reader here.
Mm-hmm.
And
The others are just reading over my shoulder.
Yeah.
And they're like, go on, turn the page, I've finished. And then I haven't even finished the 3rd paragraph.
Yeah.
This is dense.
I feel like my token is smaller on the map.
Don't worry about
Yeah.
Yeah.
You are. Let me.
You're not going to be able to standardize everything without putting a grid on there.
There, that's better, at least.
Yeah.
You're looking at you've been skimming through the history of Vallaki, and you're at it's all the family trees, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Victor was the son of Vargas, was the son of Vargan, was the son of, I think I said it was Valeri? Them and their V names?
Yep.
There's there's Vladimir's in there. And you're looking at all the things, and you have this weird tingling feel in the back of your head. And Rowena just said something. She just makes some comment, some observation. And with that, you sort of you see, or you feel a lot of these pieces in your head, right? You remember Because you know this has something to do with the Enigma Masque,
Mm-hmm.
and you're thinking about it. You almost feel distracted from the reading by like we met a man today named Sergey, but I don't think
He
he was
didn't
real.
exist. Yeah.
I don't think he was real. And you're thinking about Sergey, and you remember Valeria saying that she's the man responsible for what I am.
Which implies that Sergey is a vampire. Or made
And you're
her
thinking,
a vampire.
and you're thinking of Petrina is taunting you. And your father began experimenting. And you realize something. This book details the history and lineages of the noble families of Vallaki. It has details on the House of Valakovich, on the House of the Wachters, and on the House of the Von Holtzes. It says nothing about the House of the Von Grimms.
So Valeria isn't real.
Valeria
Curse your sudden
Strahd.
but inevitable betrayal.
Because that would be weird.
This is your conclusion.
That's weird.
Sergey is the man responsible for what I am. Not because he turned her.
But because he is her.
Or maybe he taught her.
No, it's the mask
Enigma
drops in
Masque.
your mind.
The Enigma Masque is a spell that creates a persona completely from scratch, such that anyone who encounters you fully believes that you are that persona. Valeria does not exist.
Neither does Sergey.
Wait,
Yeah, I mean, it can't be him.
Yeah, Sergey doesn't exist.
so who was the person who cast Enigma Masque? Presumably twice at that point, because if Sergey isn't real and Valeria isn't real, who the hell is Valeria?
Rowena. With your 25, you're the one who sees it first. There's only one man in Barovia who is capable of casting this level of magic consistently.
Is it Strahd?
Yes.
I mean, I said that like a minute ago. I said, is Strahd Valeria?
Oh, I didn't hear that.
But then I was confused because, I don't know.
Oh,
That seems weird.
Damn it.
that's why she was so insistent on us giving her the sword.
And now you understand the Sergey made me what I am. Or is responsible, rather.
And I thought you heard me because you were like, is Valeria Strahd? And then you were like, this is your conclusion. So it's like, oh.
I mean, yes. It's just then everyone else was like, Sergey. I'm like, eh. But yes, you realize that. Oh boy, can you imagine if you walked into the library and Strahd was there and, like, you just met him there? looking across from the very seat where Valeria was sitting.
I am going to cast Bending to Irina.
I'm very confused.
And I'm just going to ask, where are you? Are you okay? And I'll go ahead and... Cool, sweet.
Nice.
That's pretty good. Of course, the message you receive back is static. And mist. It's the sound of mist.
Screw the shield, we don't have time. I also don't think we're going to find anything at Valeria's establishment. But it wouldn't hurt to check just briefly.
Do you just dash out?
No, we don't dash out, but it is a very swift walk.
You
Swift and
swiftly
determined.
exit. You swiftly exit with cold dread.
Oh, we're leaving now?
I don't know how you
Valeria's
ever
not real.
expected us to figure that out.
The clues were there.
Like
I thought it was going to be Victor.
That would have been weird.
I will say, in hindsight, knowing Strahd, that definitely is something he would pull. You fooled me.
I did.
Yeah, I kind of thought it was going to be Victor because I just thought it was going to be like you come to the realization and then like boom, he's right there behind you.
And it's
No.
funny because Vasily von Holtz in the original module is an alias for Strahd von Zarovich, and that is the persona he takes on.
I knew I wouldn't be able to get away with that.
Yeah.
You so you go to Valeria's, abandoning all. You know, earlier you were much worried about like, oh, we'll be seen if we go there. We want to preserve the secrecy.
No.
You don't care about that anymore.
Nope.
And along the way, I mean, Misery's a little confused.
We would inform her.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I'm still a bit confused because why would Strahd tell us to go to the Amber Temple to get the power for Katrina?
Because he actually wanted Katrina to succeed him.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Right, okay, that makes sense.
And you arrive.
I knew it.
If I can find the map.
I knew
Where's
we
the
shouldn't
map?
have trusted her once we knew she was a vampire.
You arrive, and the door is unlocked.
And the whole thing about the barriers or whatever is probably all bullshit.
Probably.
You're now on the map.
Yep, I'm zoomed in.
Oh yeah, you're probably town map size.
See somebody in the back.
You do see somebody in the back. And as you enter, you hear a slow clap. Katrina, darling, you've returned.
And continuing inside, currently ignoring quote-unquote Valeria and just sort of peeking through the immediate rooms, looking for Irina. Where is she?
safe from you.
So you admit she's not here anymore?
Naturally.
Good. I'm going to cast a 6th level fireball.
Okay.
Cool. I missed the if there for a second.
You die within the next minute.
Wow.
Honestly, this wild magic thing seems more like a boon than a curse.
It's
It's
wild.
hit or miss.
Yeah.
Today it is in our favor.
I'm targeting it in like the back room over here so that only Valeria is caught in it. But also her house is going up in flames.
Very well. She takes some damage, but then you see it immediately begins to heal. The house is less lucky.
House doesn't have regen.
No. Well, I suppose this little charade is at its end. It certainly took you long enough. And in the smoke, like of the fire that's burning, the black smoke turns to green mist and envelops her. And when it recedes, the charade is in fact over.
I'll hand it to you. That was a cute trick.
If no one else is doing anything, I'm going to cast another fireball at 5th level.
Okay, are y'all just doing combat?
I guess.
Katrina is doing combat.
Okay.
I mean, if Katrina dropped the first fireball, Marcus would draw his weapon.
Yeah. That was a surprise round, I'll say. Marcus, you are the fastest, as per usual.
I don't remember why I have so much initiative, but
You took a feat for it?
yeah, I know I have some things. Like I know alert gives me 5, medicine
Yeah.
gives me 5, and my wisdom gives me 2. But I have +1. I don't know where it's coming from.
Don't worry about it.
Anyway. I guess if we're fighting here, we're fighting.
Yeah.
Not prepared for this.
Right?
No, you're not.
Marking. Burst
Alright.
attack. I forgot to turn off advantage, but a 27 would hit.
Alright, that's
I'm
19.
assuming. That does hit, yes.
Yeah.
Second hit. That should do more damage. Because he's undead.
Another
Dealt an
2?
extra 2, yeah. Attack number 2. There's a 20 hit.
Yes.
Cool. And attack number 3. There's an 18 hit.
Yes.
Cool. Have all that radiant damage.
Misery.
bonus action for the first time in months. Turn on Form of Dread. I gain 15 temporary hit points. I will back up pretty much out the door and fire off triple Eldritch Blast. For some reason, I am not going to be turning these to necrotic. They'll just be normal Eldritch Blasts.
I wonder why.
However, I will, the first one that hits, hang on a second. It's been a while. Okay. For the first one that hits, I'm gonna force him to make a wisdom saving throw.
He rolled a 24.
That saves. Those are the other two.
13 and 7. Okay, total of 20. Okay.
Yeah. Well, total 27 over all of them.
I meant I had already applied the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Katrina, I must confess my disappointment. You could have had the power. But in the end, I suppose you never could have been a worthy heir, and he will raise a finger at you and cast Finger of Death.
Oh boy.
I need you to make a Constitution save.
That's a 15.
You take 58 necrotic damage.
Cool.
Do you resist necrotic?
I don't know. I don't think I do have anything that resists necrotic damage. So
Let me
that's
check
just.
something.
I have 19 health.
Damn. Don't even have my ward out
I mean,
to.
I could try to make him
damage.
fail it, but I don't. I think he would easily be able.
I'm
to pass my
fine.
spell
I'm
save.
fine. Focus on him.
All right.
It is your turn.
Okay. Bonus action, Hound of Ill Omen to summon Fenrir. Not that that's going to do much good. So he now has a wolf next to him. And Fenrir, I believe, gets his own initiative. So that'll just roll that.
Rip.
That's fine. Fenrir is going last. And the key thing is while the hound is within 5 feet of the target has disadvantage on saving throws against any spell I cast. And for my action, I'm going to be casting Detect Thought. Where is she?
You don't. Oh, he has to make a save.
Yes.
What is this? Wisdom save?
Wisdom save at disadvantage.
Okay.
Actually, wait. Yes, it's a wisdom save.
Okay. He rolls. He fails. And you see not words, but an image. Where this was always going to end, really.
Castle
Mhm.
Ravenloft.
Castle Ravenloft.
That's my turn. Is there like specific area of Castle Ravenloft? Do I recognize it, or is it just the overview?
You do. You feel a spike of fear because it is the one part of the castle you've never been to.
Oh boy.
The tower that's on fire?
Well,
Where
no,
it
the tower that's
begins-
on fire is literally just on fire. It's,
And where
there
it
is
ends.
just fire. Out of character, I think I know what room you're talking about.
No, I'm talking about the tower.
Oh, okay, never
Tower
mind.
that I just said?
Yes.
That seems
burning
like
tower.
a really weird place to keep your girlfriend, but okay, Strahd.
Yeah, just constantly in a state of fire.
It's nice and warm there.
Bold
Yeah.
move. Anyway, that's Katrina's turn.
Rowena.
I will cast Mage Armor and Blade Song.
Alright.
And I will also move here.
Okay. Fenrir.
Oh, I almost forgot.
You
would-
can see invisibility.
Yep.
That would have been useful.
Yeah, when it hits, it really hits, and when it misses, it really misses. It's wild magic is wild.
Yeah.
All right, Fenrir's turn.
Yeah.
Cool. So all it can do is move closer to its target and bite. It has advantage because of pack of tactics, so it will bite.
That will hit.
All right.
He's got to make a strength save. DC 13. He succeeds. He's gonna legendary action. He's gonna attack Marcus.
Okay.
So 25 hit you.
Is it a melee attack?
Yes.
That would hit me no matter what. Yeah.
He's gonna grapple you instead of dealing damage.
This shit
He just-
again.
Yeah, so he's just he's pointing his left finger, his left hand at Katrina. And then with his right hand, he just grabs you by the throat and lifts you up. And then it's your turn.
Do I try to escape it or just do I do my try and chew? Repeatedly whack the thing that's grappling me. Strategy.
Just stab him.
I will stab him. Am I able to use a bonus action while I'm being grappled?
Yes.
Okay, I'm target him with Hunter's Mark first. That's a nice chunk of damage. I'm assuming
It
that
is,
hits.
wow. It does. You would have disadvantage if you weren't targeting him.
Yes, but I am targeting him.
Yeah. So it hits.
Oh boy.
Damn.
Oh man, if
Yeah.
the first one had a crit instead, that would have been another d6 on top of that.
He's gonna use another legendary action in response to this.
Hmm.
To bite you.
Okay.
That's a crit.
God damn it. A crit for a crit, I suppose.
It is.
That okay, I am very much still concentrating on Hunter's Mark.
You are. But you take 8 piercing and 29 necrotic.
Well, I got a nat 20 and a nat 6. Okay, what was that you just said?
8 piercing, 29 necrotic, and your hit point max is reduced by the 29.
That's actually really easy math. Ow.
And then Misery's up.
So I realized that I forgot to roll for my abyssal spells after a long rest, so I will do that now. It doesn't make much of a difference because I'm still going to just triple Eldritch Blast.
Right.
First one that hits, I will force him to make a Wisdom save.
All those hit.
And
What,
Wisdom
13,
save
10,
is...
and 9.
Yeah. So total 32.
And then his Wisdom save is...
DC 19.
He rolled a unnatural 20.
Damn.
Beat it by 1. He's just gonna keep, like his finger's still pointed at Katrina, and it's just still bursting out, the finger of
Cool.
death.
Wonderful. That's another Constitution save.
Yep.
I want to try to disrupt this one.
The 16.
I mean, he's just casting it a second time.
He has to make a Wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
My DC is 14, so not hard.
He rolled a 25.
Well, I tried.
Yeah. Katrina, you take 59 necrotic.
All right. I am unconscious.
Are you guys ready to get TPK?
Is there anything special that happens if I go to 0 hit points from Finger of Death?
A humanoid killed by this spell.
But don't you reincarnate if you die?
Old.
Yes.
Right, because you got that wild magic.
Note
So,
that
my-
reincarnate is different from resurrection. Reincarnate puts you in a different body.
It would make me a different person. But also, it only triggers if I'm dead.
Yeah.
Does it make you a baby?
No, it's...
No, it's weird. Although, you're assuming reincarnate works normally within the mists.
That is fair.
That is
Also, you
fair.
didn't die, so...
Yeah, so I'm just
Yeah,
unconscious
you're just
right now.
rolling death saves. Speaking of,
Yeah. Actually, how much damage was the Finger of Death, the second one?
59.
59.
Oh, yeah, no, there's no way I'm making that. There might be a way I'm making that. Strength of the Grave. 5 plus 30, yeah, goddamn no.
I mean, if you're rolling at 20,
I can help reduce it.
it's not gonna matter.
Yeah, it's not gonna matter. So I don't survive on 1 hit point from Strength of the Grave. Fenrir is still up because it does not go away if I die, only if it dies. I am unconscious, and I make a death saving throw.
That
is one fail.
Oof.
Rowena.
I can give Katrina a potion of healing.
Not gonna matter. He goes right before me.
Alright.
If he wants me down, he will have me down.
It will prevent them from hitting you while you're down and making you fail a save, though.
True.
should I do it in that then?
I don't know. I feel like we're better off attacking him, but I don't know.
Alright. Then I think I will make a sword attack and a chill touch attack on him, maybe. So sword and chill touch.
Neither of those will hit.
Damn. those are
Maybe you
some
should have healed
rolls.
Katrina.
Fenrir.
Fenrir is gonna bite.
That's a miss.
Yep.
Marcus.
Well, this is going well. Choppy. That hits, I assume.
Yes. For
Another crit.
minus that many. He is going to legendary action in response to that again for another bite. Does he crit for a crit this time?
I hope not.
He rolled a 19.
I'm gonna defensive duelist.
No, I meant a 19 on the dice.
Oh.
It's a 30 to hit.
Then, well,
I'm just saying it was one away from a crit.
better than being crit, I suppose.
Yeah.
What is my damage this time?
6 piercing and 12 necrotic.
18. And I lose 12 max.
Yeah. And then Misery's up.
So Form of Dread ticks down.
Oh, concentration.
I'll just fire another 3 Eldritch Blasts at him. I am determined to figure out if he is immune to Frightened or not.
I'm still concentrating.
So, 1, 2, 3, and force him to make a Wisdom save, DC 19.
Concentration is 10 or half the damage, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay, then yeah, I'm good.
He rolls on the Wisdom save a 17.
That is a fail. If he can be frightened, he is frightened of me.
Noted.
Until the end of my next turn.
Okay.
So,
He seems wary.
okay, so maybe not immune to the frightened condition.
Yeah, I'm surprised too.
You should run back to his castle.
He probably will. But first he's gonna do the third finger of death.
He can do 3.
Bruh. Bruh.
Dude's firing
No,
off
no.
epic level spells like they're candy.
I mean, Thinker does an epic level spell.
Katrina, I need a Constitution save.
I'm
Well, that was more a question,
unconscious, so I
like,
assume it just fails.
you said the
But
third.
there you go.
So I thought that implied, like, that was the limit. It's like, that seems like he would probably be able to do more than...
Oh yeah, bruh, he can do more than that.
Just the way you phrased it made it seem to imply that it was limited. I'm like, that doesn't
No,
make sense.
he's just hitting her with 3 in a row for dramatic reasons. It's like, you're a disappointment. Shot 1. A disgrace. Shot 2. And dead. Shot 3.
Except
And
not.
you take half of 69 necrotic damage.
Hilarious. That does not take me to negative full from 0, so I am still unconscious, bleeding out. That is a second failure. It is not a third failure because it was not a critical hit or melee or what have you.
It is not a third.
But you do
I am
have to roll
not dead
another
yet,
one when he's
even
done.
though I wish I was.
Oof.
Speaking of, roll.
That's a success.
Talk about a toxic relationship with your parents.
Can I, for dramatic effect, choose to fail this so that reincarnate procced and I get my turn?
Yes.
Cool. I will do that.
What happens?
A few things happen.
So,
Don't you become a zombie if you die to Finger of Death?
Yeah, there's some.
I didn't die to Finger of Death, though. I died to Death Save.
Ah.
There's
So-
some. Well,
Okay.
your death save happened because of Finger of Death.
That was his turn death save.
Yeah,
No, I mean that's why you were down.
fair.
So a few things happen all at once. One is your body does start to reanimate. And you feel your soul like beginning to like, okay, let's reincarnate, new body, let's go. The mists have other ideas though. And well, your undead body is right there. And that's just easier. So you just mist into your body again. Now,
Incredible.
most importantly, it's no longer blue.
Thank fuck.
Did I do this just to reincarnate the blue away? Maybe.
Maybe. We could have just done Dispel Curse for that, but who knows?
Did I want to have the epic climax with you being blue? Would I have been able to take it seriously? Maybe.
Yeah, I was thinking that Strahd hasn't commented on the fact that his daughter's been blue this whole time.
Okay.
So
I'm
for
going
a
to...
moment, you're a zombie under his control. Now you are something else.
Yep. It doesn't say how many hit points I get restored to. I'm going to assume 1.
Yeah.
I get back up, and with fury in my eyes. First off, Quicken spell Mind Sliver. He is disadvantaged because Fenrir.
He does. Int save. He fails.
Alright, and he needs to subtract 1d4 from the next saving throw it makes, which is going to be Hold Vampires. So that's a DC 15 Wisdom save.
Or be paralyzed. Okay. DC 15, you say?
Correct.
That is a 22.
Even with the minus 1d4 he makes it.
Yeah, I haven't done the minus D4 yet, but
That would still be higher than a 15.
yeah.
Then I'm going to break line of sight.
Okay. Rowena.
I will try
That was a terrible mind sliver damage roll.
I will try to stab him and chill touch.
The chill touch hits.
Alright. 9 necrotic.
Necrotic damage, which doesn't really matter, but he can't heal.
He resists it.
He also has disadvantage on attack rolls against me until the end of my next turn.
That's true.
I didn't realize that was a part of the spell. That's actually really good.
What
Mhm.
part of the spell?
If you hit an undead target,
Oh,
it
I
also has disadvantage.
He
You see,
turns.
it doesn't really come up often because not everyone's undead.
Yeah, most specifically disadvantage against Rowena.
Mm-hmm.
He turns into a swarm of bats and leaves. It just disperses.
I'm just like, that's right, Strahd, run and hide to your castle, but we will come after you.
Sunsword was emitting sunlight all that time, yeah?
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool.
And it's over for now.
We need to go. We have no time to lose.
I'm not going there with almost a third of my max hit points not accessible.
If you get to rest, so does he.
How, how, how can you cover those hit points? Like, is there another way to?
I'm missing those hit points until a long rest.
Maybe a
Vampirism-
greater restoration?
It's lowered max hit points.
Try a remove curse. I don't know if that would work. I can't help you other than healing you. Which may as well. She is going to... pump in a 4th level Cure Wounds.
You heal him, but do not restore the missing
Yeah,
maximum.
no, I figured. I wasn't expecting to.
Yeah. Also, you take stock of your own
20,
situation.
19.
You were, of course, half a vampire before.
Yeah.
Now you are also half zombie.
This is an interesting predicament.
However, that does not mean, like, okay, you're 50% vampire, 50% zombie. Does that mean that totals to 100%? No, because you're also half, like, living human.
Yeah, 3 halves of a normal person.
Yes.
Welcome to the club, I guess.
You didn't need
You're
to
gonna have
upcast that,
zombie
by the
too?
Hmm?
Oh yeah, you have the thing.
Just the standard level of the healing brought me to the max I could heal to.
Oof.
Is 97. I'm missing 41 hit points that I just
Yeah,
don't have
the
access
gap made it seem like it was a lot more,
yeah,
because in
there's
the
not
past,
a-
when you've lowered your max hit points, the bar has
to.
changed.
Yeah, I stopped doing that early on because it like Roll20 was stupid and would randomly calculate it in the way I had it, so I
That's
would then
fair.
lose track of how much hit points I would normally have. So I just
Right.
usually just put minus however many in my temp hit points.
I should have done something completely different. Oh well.
You're missing a lot of health.
Yeah,
If we go there with our party half dead, we're gonna end up fully dead.
we'll just have to deal with it. Just curious to test out, because possibly might be in the same boat as Misery, where healing no longer works on me, I'm gonna use a first level spell slot to cure wounds myself.
It works with half vampire, yeah.
It did.
What? I
Specifically,
think it works.
Yeah, the spell specifically says it has no effect on undead or constructs. But we've been ruling it. We've been ruling it throughout the game that I could still be healed by my own healing magic.
Yes. It might be different if somebody else tried to use it on you.
We'll see. Okay. That tested thoroughly, I'm going to do another Cure Wounds at the maximum level of spell slot that I currently can, which is 5.
Alright. You heal yourself.
I'm still very concerned about going into a fight, going to go through all of Castle Ravenloft, missing 30% of my hit points.
Do we know? We've been from Vallaki to Ravenloft before. About how long is the journey?
Like a day.
Okay, so
So
we're not gonna get there today anyways.
That is
Well,
fair.
it's not like a 24 hours.
but you could like rest in the cart maybe.
If you went now, you would get there like by evening.
And it's
'Cause it's like the
still-
morning.
Yes.
We'd get there by evening, and then all of the vampires would be awake and alert, because it would be nighttime.
So we shouldn't go now.
We should take
Katrina's running very high on emotions right now, so she's finally starting to cool off a bit. Fine, we rest, but what do we do?
Don't have much choice.
Well, I do have one possible suggestion.
Go on.
The Mardikovs seem to be more than we expect, and one of them literally just said, if you need anything at all, to ask. We can see what they can offer.
I feel like they won't have much to offer if we can't tell them what we need. What could they do for us?
Well, one problem is actually getting into Castle Ravenloft. I don't think he'll open the doors quite like he did for you before.
True. We could get 2 of us inside, but that's not nearly enough. Also, while all this is happening, Fenrir is just outside running after the swarm of bats.
Yeah.
Is the house still on fire?
Almost
Yeah.
certainly.
Yeah, you should probably get out of there.
Yes.
As you take one last look at the house, something just like occurs to you, which is, you're like, oh, we're the Bloodlord, the Blood Ward's complete bullshit. Well, she never said that. She said that Blood Wards exist, not that she had them installed.
I'll take your word for that because I don't fucking remember.
Mhm. She did strongly imply that if I teleported inside, bad shit would happen, so I feel like there were blood wards.
Unless she was bullshitting.
Almost certainly.
Belchi
You
wasn't
get the
even real.
sense. You get the sense that as Valeria never technically spoke a lie. Technically.
What do you mean?
They only lied via
Other than
omission.
the "Hi, my name's Valeria" part.
It is a name that Strahd had. The spell gives him the name.
Either way.
For all you know, he
Katrina
just introduced
is
himself as Strahd and the spell said Valeria.
Katrina is pissed, angry, and not thinking clearly, and we can't really do anything for.
For
So
Irina.
yeah. So unless the Mardikovs can get us away into Castle Ravenloft quickly, I don't know how much help they would be. Failing getting in our cart and going there straight away, which would leave us there at the start of the evening, and all of the vampires of the castle will be awake. It would be best to rest nearby if possible to the castle and do an assault in the morning. But Strahd would be at full strength, we would be at full strength, and he would have the entirety of the castle at his beck and call.
Well, what other
Damn it.
choice do we have?
Not much. If only I could have kept him in place, we could have tried to prevent his escape, but he will definitely be a lot stronger there than he was even here.
Yeah, we have to try.
So we take as much time as we can in the morning and early afternoon to make our final preparations here. Rest, and then travel at night. Get there in the morning.
Alright.
Alright.
So, just to clarify, our goal is just kill Strahd.
Currently, it's just to kill Strahd. But we will need to, if that is even a thing. I don't know. I'm going to be fairly honest here. My father's quite right when he says I'm not fit to be a leader. I can barely stick to any plan I'm given, let alone make one of my own.
I just had a
I'm
thought.
not a good tactician.
So I haven't been to Castle Ravenloft. Does it have any sort of like? Do you know if it has any sort of like magic protecting it?
Probably a lot.
I mean, Misery doesn't know this, but we know at the very least there was a gate that would not open without a command word.
Apart from individual enchanted traps and protections, there's nothing on the castle as a whole in terms of warding.
You do remember that one rug that tried to kill you.
Yes, there was that.
As
Fuck that
Rahadin
rug.
put it, it was a hug rug.
It hugged him right down the stairs.
Laughing all the way.
But are the walls themselves mundane?
Yes.
Alright. Well, I have one idea.
Blowing up with dynamite.
Actually,
Dynamite.
That was a.
What is this thing that definitely doesn't exist in this realm that we're currently living in?
it's actually my idea was using the spell I got at the Amber Temple, because that thing has a bowing speed of 40 feet and can bow through solid stone.
Wow.
You need a graveyard for that, right?
I mean, the only component that it wanted was I think it was the ash of a long dead king.
Which is somehow in the spell tablet.
Yeah.
Notably, we're also in Barovia. It's basically like
The whole place is a graveyard.
a 60 square mile graveyard.
Also, something Ash of a Long Dead King, Ash of Strahd von Zarvik.
You're not wrong. Powdered bone. I mean, ash is powdered bone.
Yeah.
In a manner of speaking.
I see. You can summon it wherever. It just eats corpses. So casting it in a graveyard is like, wah.
Yeah.
It is called a graveyard.
I thought it was called a boneyard.
Well, you know what I mean.
Boneyard. Yeah.
It doesn't
So-
need a graveyard. It is one.
So yeah, so that thing could open up the castle doors for us.
Yeah, it certainly could. You don't know how you know this. You just you have the knowledge of the spell in your head, and somehow you know what it's capable of.
I feel like that's not a terrible use of it.
Yeah, especially if it still persists afterwards to...
It has a duration of 24 hours.
Jesus Christ,
my
that thing
God.
can distract for ages.
And if it eats enough bodies, its spell duration gets extended.
I feel like that is the absolute perfect place to use it then.
Yeah. The main drawback is if I'm not actively commanding it, it will act on its own and just attack like the newest living thing.
Just stick it on the castle somewhere.
The nearest living thing in a castle full of undead.
Yeah, it might need hand holding.
Yeah.
Need I remind you that both Irina, I'm pretty sure, is still alive,
Ooh, yeah.
and my mother, I'm pretty sure, is
Alright,
still alive.
Keep it on a tight leash.
Oh, please, your mother's a vampire by now.
I
Sorry,
have
but-
hope. Thank you for the vote of confidence.
It still is our best plan to get in there.
I think one of the main things we're forgetting is the drawbridge. We're not invited, it will most likely be up. It is a massive gap across a 1,000-foot deep canyon. Again, I can get two of us inside. That's not going to be enough. We could potentially, two of us go in, try and use the mechanism to lower the drawbridge for the rest of you, but again, there's probably going to be a command word that we'd need to find out. If it's anything like that gate.
How would you be getting across? Would you be using Dimension Door?
Yes.
I can also use Dimension Door. And
Oh,
take,
that
like,
gets
the
that
person
gets us
across.
4 of us.
Yeah.
There we go.
Are the walls of the castle like immediately up to the edge of the ravine?
Pretty much.
So then
Yeah.
how would we be getting our bone friend across? Or are we not doing that?
Well, if we're just teleporting inside, then we don't need to.
Yeah, then I can cast that in the castle.
Okay.
It just needs a big enough space.
Alright, so it sounds like you have your plan.
I guess so.
Alright. I am not ready to
Well,
run
obviously.
Castle Ravenloft this
Yeah.
week.
We're going to be returning to the Blue Water Inn, letting the
Yeah, I can
innkeeper
put you on that map.
know what the fuck just happened, and for better or worse,
Trina's not blue anymore. The only blue is the Blue Water Inn.
for better or worse, it's time. My friends and I are going to be heading to Castle Ravenloft in the evening and storming the castle in the following morning. You
Mother
mentioned
Night be with you.
if there was any help that you could provide. I need only ask. I am not going to ask you to storm the castle with us. That would be far beyond what I would expect of you, but
He nods.
what sorts of services can you help us with as we make our final preparations?
Well, my family mostly deals in information. We could perhaps get you some intelligence.
You know, actually,
A bird's
that's
eye view, if you will.
That's not a bad idea.
that is not a bad idea. I do have one request, and my companions might have another request after I make this one, but I assume you're familiar with the Mage's Tower on the shores of Lake Baratok.
Aye. What about it?
If you could have one of your family keep an eye out there, and if the master of the tower makes themselves known, or rather, how do I put this?
You want an eye on the Devil's Wizard.
I want an eye on the Devil's Wizard. Because if they're not at the tower, they will be at the castle. And if they are at the castle, then that means you can sneak inside, ideally unnoticed, and retrieve something that might be there. A silver
Well,
shield with a dragon on it.
I have good news and bad news. Good news is, I can already tell you he's not at the castle. Or that he's not at the tower.
And the bad news?
Well,
He's at the castle.
he's at the castle.
Of course, he's
Right.
at the fucking castle.
Your father's been recalling a lot of personnel. In fact, I suspect he may be recalling many of your own guard.
The guard that he gave to the Loki, that is.
He gave them to you. But if he's taking them back, well, seems to be shoring up defenses around Ravenloft.
He knows we're coming for him.
Aye.
Well, since the Wizard's Tower is empty, I guess we could do a little detour there and pick up the shield, or you can...
If your shield is there, we'll find it.
Thank you. Oh, and do be careful about the front door. It tends to shock people.
I'm aware.
Other than that, I don't
yeah.
know what other information we would need going into this fight.
If we see anything, we'll let you know.
Speaking of special items and such, you wouldn't happen to know the location of a particular dragon-esque crown?
Sorry. Can't say that I do.
Pity.
We gave it to the abbot in Kresk, and I assume they transported it directly to Strahd and Ravenloft. So if it is to be anywhere, it would probably be there. Strahd was looking for it. He did have an entire excavation planned for its retrieval.
I don't know that he was looking for a specific item. Our impression of the dig site was he was looking for information.
Prophecy there, then. Regardless, we did find the crown in that ruin as well. So it could be that he was after that as well.
He shrugs.
Hard to know for sure.
I wouldn't know about that, I'm afraid, but, well.
Honestly, my father is a master tactician. I would not put it past any of us to not know what he's fully up to. Still, thank you for your services and those of your family. I do have one last request, and that's just a stiff drink.
Now that I can help with. And he pours you a nice, tall, foamy glass.
I'll make that too.
He pours you 4.
Yeah. And I assume that's where we end the session.
Yeah. Title screen.
Yeah. There's like one small thing I want to do before we go to Castle Ravenloft, but we can easily do that next time.
Okay. Yeah.
What is it, so I can write it down somewhere
I
and we
just
don't
wanted
forget?
To, talk to Beatrix before we go off and maybe die.
That's
Right.
true. That's true.
I thought of that last night. I'm like, I should have Beatrix.
Don't worry, I thought of it.
I was like, I'm gonna have a little thing for everyone, and then I forgot half of them. No, we'll do it next time.
Because that was such a good ending note.
Yeah.
Before we do our long rest, just so you can have this as part of your plans, and I'll mark it down on my spell slots as well, and roll Wild Surge for it. I'm going to cast a Sending. Actually, does Katrina know the other character I was? It's in the Roll20 journal. Esmeralda. Does Katrina know Esmeralda? I think there was a little bit of overlap where I played both characters. Barely.
They encountered each other once when we were having you rejoin the party.
Yeah, and Esmeralda held Katrina at sword point. If you filled in Katrina ever on who Esmeralda was and what she could do, Katrina would cast a Sending to Esmeralda, saying that it's happening. We're storming the castle. Tomorrow morning is when things are going to go down. We don't
Okay.
expect you to be there, but I'm sure you can make use of the chaos.
Okay, I don't have a response.
That's fair. I don't think she would respond either.
Yeah.
Not to me.
Yeah. I guess it's a trap.
Also, can I assume we're getting the long rest? Or should I just wait
If
to
you're
put-
taking it, yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely taking it.
You're resting at the inn.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, then you get it.
Whether
Final
Yay.
question,
before or
and this is
after,
a real Hail Mary. Do we get a level up for surviving an encounter with Strahd?
Did I give you one for the witches?
No.
but no.
Then yes.
Cool.
Nice.
This is
that-
probably your final level up.
Mhm.
Is that level
Yep.
7 spells? Is 13 level 7?
Yep.
Nice.
But
For me, it's level 6.
I don't need to, record us leveling up though.
Yeah.
So
For me, it's level 6, but that's just as important because now I have this.
nice. But
Nice.
that should do it for the stream. We're getting really close to the end of this game now.
Yeah. 1 or 2 sessions left, depending on how long it takes you to go through the castle.
Mm-hmm.
And a few
Of course.
episodes for you watching at home, but that's
Yeah.
Balls.
not for right now.
Yeah.
So thanks for watching.